County, our co-op realistic survival series. Hope you all enjoy, and we'll be getting started in momentarily. Yeah, I'm just pulling up the chats and stuff. There we go. All right. Hey, can y'all go on and talk real quick for me? Let me see if I can get y'all.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, we got y'all. Minimize this, and let's go ahead and join. Oh, hang on 1 second. I might want to have it coming through my headset. There we go.
Just a little. So who else playing on that one? Just you and him?
Just me, Archangel, and my wife. Yeah, Shadow. She'll be a guest in the in it because we do have mods that you have to download directly from the server to even be able to play on the server. But you can't get the mods from the mod hub because they're some of the mods aren't on the mod hub.
Hmm.
Like the map, for instance, that's not on the mod hub. All right.
First things first, I can dump this. Trailer.
Is it Taheton County, Iowa, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen so many guys playing on that one on TikTok and stuff.
That's a good map.
The rat rod that I started the series with, I was honestly thinking about selling it. Even though I like it, I was honestly thinking about selling it. It's too fast.
So where do you find the map then?
You have to go to DR Modding's website. You can get it from his Facebook too. It has a link to it.
What you cutting right now?
What am I cutting right now?
Yeah.
Should be narrow soybean.
I think it's narrow soybean.
What is narrow soybean?
A custom fruit type on the map.
Oh.
Best way I can describe it, it's the exact thing as a normal soybean, just cost, like if you sell it, it's gonna be a little bit less, I believe, or around the same price, and it looks different.
So do the plants look like soybeans, or?
Yeah.
They share the same model. It's just the rows are a little tighter.
So it's a tighter like planter.
Well, you get the rows are tighter, so you get more from it. So
it yields higher than regular, but it doesn't bring as much as far as crop price, I don't think.
So in the end, you technically get more, or?
yeah. It ain't very much more, but you get more.
It's like, I think it's like single-digit percentages. Like it's not much.
Like if 1.0 is what normal soybeans get, you're probably gonna get like 1.3 maybe 1.2 times. Welcome everybody. Welcome to the live stream. Happy to see all you wonderful people.
Oh yeah, you're gonna watch us try not to mess anything else up.
I know, right?
You're one watcher.
Well, I do have it's streaming to not only YouTube, it's streaming to um a private video as well on a different app. So there's more than just the people on YouTube watching it right now.
I'm the only one on YouTube watching it right now, I think.
You and my wife. My wife's sitting beside me, she's watching it. She makes sure that the live streams are going okay. So which she's also watching Archangels as well. Because she's monitoring both of our live streams to make sure that audio audio's coming through, that the video is running right and everything like that.
Wait a minute.
Which I miss some.
I'm having a slight stroke.
Why?
I forgot which way it was to get out of the place we're having to dump this stuff for this contract.
I love when I do that.
I'm just testing my audio real quick.
But yeah, absolutely love when you are forgetting where you gotta dump. I'm like, where is it again?
It's not so much like forgetting where it is, it's like you
How
get
to
in
get
there
out.
and you dump it, and you're like, alright, now which way do I turn out of here again?
Like, how do I get back now?
And then it's like, oh, I think it's this way, and then you look at the map and you're like, wait, I'm going the wrong way.
Gotta love when you do that where you were like, ooh, it's this way, and then you turn that way and get a little bit down the road and look at the map and you're like, nope, that was not the way.
Hey, Archangel.
Yeah.
Like, how do I get back?
Give me 1 second. So you don't hear me in his ears? Alright, everything's set up right. She was checking to see if she could hear my audio and your audio in both screens.
Oh, okay. Hey, we're already 54% complete on this contract, too, so.
Yeah, I'll eventually be going to probably start streaming off Stream Elements. Or, not Stream Elements, Streamlabs. Probably. I have to get it all set up again and stuff like that. I had it set up on it for that in the past, but I ended up getting rid of it because it costs money uh to use some of the features. So, and the main thing is like I don't get paid for creating videos. So like everything I have is like all my streaming equipment, um stuff I use for gaming, the computer, all that stuff I paid out of pocket. So
Alright,
which
I'm gonna leave you my truck, and then I'm gonna probably get started with planting.
uh
And yeah, I tabbed over to the farm because I'm lazy.
I'm also lazy that way sometimes.
Oh, yeah, we were kind
well
of
it's like
halfway across
I
the map, so
yeah. Well it's also this too, like we have it being a story based playthrough, but I think that was only for like the first episode so people understand like why we're farming. But it's like it's a realistic story driven um survival series pretty much, because that's pretty much what we're doing, is trying to see if we can survive and uh and make it, because we started with $50,000
mm-hmm.
and just basic farm equipment,
And we've
some
already
very
bought
low end basic.
we already replaced one tractor.
Yeah, we replaced two things, the plow with a subsoiler that's a little bit bigger, and the and one tractor. So
I think we'll plant. I think we'll do wheat. I think we once we get to once we get the money from the contract and everything, probably look into either getting a baler or a chicken coop, just whichever.
yeah. All right, give me one second. I'm fixing to turn down the game audio just a little bit. All right.
I'm gonna I'm gonna steal the flatbed for a minute.
Alright, so I turned down my vehicle audio in the game. Yeah, it's like I tell everybody, um, well, I've told a lot of people this before. I don't use any editing software when I create my videos, even for after my live streams. The only thing that I really edit is the sound, but in one of our videos that we done, we edited something at the end of the video because I messed up and there was some stuff toward the end of the video that I had to edit out because it was it could have got me a copyright issue on it. I accidentally played the wrong music. So I had to edit that out for the end of it. But I did that with YouTube with the YouTube editor. So
Oh,
anything.
our last field's ready to harvest too.
All right. But yeah, anything else really? Like all our other videos, I think I've ever only had to edit one video. So all our other videos is just raw footage, raw unedited footage. And that's also like one of the big things I like about it is because if I like creating raw footage because I like everybody being able to see the mistakes I make as well as um, everybody being able to see everything I do. So
Yeah,
even when I create just a pre-recorded video, I'm not gonna edit anything in the video. So
I feel like, which I'm pretty sure you might feel the same way. It's just I feel like it's a lot more, or it's a lot easier for it to come across as authentic if you're not, you know, doing a whole bunch to everything. Because I mean, it'd be really easy to like stop recording if you make a mistake, fix the mistake, and then just go on like nothing happened. But
yeah,
and also, you know, some people like me watching people play, you know, seeing the way they do stuff, like hearing themselves talk through their thought process on things or whatever. It's just a lot more. It's a lot more interesting to me.
yeah, because you actually get to sit there and you see what everybody, or what the creator is, going through to create the video, and you actually see everything they're doing, um, in real time. So
Or as close to it as you're gonna get.
yeah,
Is it gonna rain today?
it says it's just cloudy in the game.
Okay, good. It's not gonna rain today.
IRL, I think we got like a tropical storm gonna be coming through. I'm not exactly sure what time because when I looked at the weather yesterday, it said that it was gonna be cloudy for today and tomorrow, but it wasn't gonna rain. But to be honest, I like it when it rains down here because at my job, it's a lot slower. So it makes it easier on everybody in my department.
Sometimes I
But
forget
no,
we have manual attach on.
yeah. Another thing about the mods and stuff that we use for the Um, Hi, Oski Foxy, how you doing? Another thing about how we have the mods in the game, we have a lot of realistic mods. I don't believe we have. The only unrealistic thing we have is an auto load pallet uh, mod, I believe,
Yeah, I think that's right.
and that was for to make it easier for my wife when she gets on here because she can't operate a forklift or telehandler very good. So now, when you're selling this the grain on this field, are you actually taking it to where the contract says take it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like this case. It's the first time I've ever actually used this tractor.
What, the international tractor?
Yeah. It's the first time I'm actually using it.
One of my favorite tractors is a P3. Like in the game, because on previous games it was one of my favorite tractors to drive because they had some oversized tires on it that you just wouldn't see on it in real life. And I liked it when you looked in the when you were sitting in first person. I liked it mainly because it looked really cool because the tires were sticking out super far.
Yeah.
So you could actually see where your tires were going and everything. So, and that's the same Fiat degree they added in one of the DLCs for the game. Which, if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, I'll show you real quick. So, I want to believe it's either under small or medium. It's not under that one. It's this right here. These. The Fiat degree 180 by 90 or 180-90. So So pretty much in this series, everybody watching and all our viewers will actually get to watch us go from having just basic equipment to growing the farm over time to make it even bigger and more profitable, from us having 3 little fields that we own and small equipment that is super old. I don't want to say super old. That's old equipment and small fields, to having progressively bigger fields and bigger equipment over time. On top of that, there in a few of the episodes you may see us where we place down buildings and create a farmyard and things like that. So you'll actually see us progress, and that is something that I find interesting about the series that we're currently doing, because not only will they see us progress, but you'll see every penny that we earn, and you'll see us spend it and what we spend it on. So,
And another thing too that we could do, like once we get a little bit more established and we start, becoming, bigger and stuff, we could also involve the viewers in some of our decision making too. It's like if there's some process that they're wanting to see, or something that they're curious about for their own playthroughs, whatever, I'm not against doing stuff like that too.
Right, I'm not against it either. And what we could do, we could also set it up where we have two voting systems. One on, like, we can set up a voting system on YouTube for people to choose from, and a voting system in our Discord, or we can just do one or the other.
Yeah.
That way, if you join the Discord, you'll be able to vote, or if you see the post that we put on YouTube, you'll be able to vote on it too. So it's a way that we can involve our viewers in our decision making, so that we can all progress together, even if other people are, just watching, or if they have the same map and they're playing their own game, they'll be able to, take part in our game as well.
I mean, the way I look at it is, it's our game, but they're just as much a part of it as we are. So
right,
it's just another way for or people that are watching that are console, or even PC players that may not have access to get the mods that we run or anything like that. They can see it kind of, if they're wanting to make the jump from console to PC, they can see kind of what they can expect.
right. So I think I only have these two sections of the field remaining to harvest.
Alright. I'm about, I think I'm about halfway done seeding 88.
When I get done with this load and my harvester, once I fill up my harvester, I think I'm gonna have to fill it up maybe 2 more times after this one.
So that'll be about 3 loads ish.
Yeah. And then we've already filled up 2 or 3 other times as well.
I know I've dumped it twice.
Alright, so then that'd be like 5 times we filled the trailer up. I do know, like, this harvester particularly is on the smaller side of things for a lot of these size fields.
But I still feel
like,
good.
Yeah, the capacity is really good. I just feel like if we done a super big field that's on the map, because I do know some of the fields on here are ridiculous, but, well, I say ridiculous. In reality, it's not, because I have fields where I live that you can't even see the other side of the field.
3, 4, 500 acre fields, and it's like,
well, the biggest field where I live is like a 2,000 acre field. So, and right now it's planted in corn, and right after that, I believe they're going to be planting it. Either they planted before or after, I'm not sure, but I know one year they had it in soybeans, one year they had it in corn. So, and then a couple of years ago, like 4 years ago, they had it planted in cotton. So and I just pulled it again. So. Alright. Yeah, yesterday people were probably watching and I was running super fast. That's because I was logged in as an admin on the server, and I decided not to do that this time.
Yeah,
Because
that's kind of.
it's a little hard for me to walk in the game because I'm using my gas pedal to walk.
Ah.
So if I barely press the gas, like if I get the gas halfway down, I'm running full speed. So bruh, I like your truck, bruh.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. It feels like it feels like it's a little bit higher off the ground than my truck.
It is, but I think it's not by much, but it's a little taller.
Because it honestly feels like our driveway wouldn't be as bad of a problem. So
It just doesn't pull as good as your truck does.
yeah.
Of course, yours being a 1 ton and mine's just a 3/4 ton, but.
So I wonder when we get done harvesting in the field if we're gonna make any profit off of the contract too, other than like just what you get from the contract. Like,
I
would
don't
you make
know.
any profit off the green? Because I know um, some maps have it set up where you'll harvest almost at the exact amount that you need to finish the contract. And because we're also using our own equipment,
Well, 'cause I know there's I don't know if you would necessarily call it a like an exploit, but I know like if you lease equipment for a contract, you can keep the equipment as long as you don't turn the contract in.
yeah. The only downside to that is that leased equipment does have the um where it takes damage and you have to repair it.
Yeah.
And once it's all the way down, you can't complete the contract unless you use your own equipment. All right. Either I'm completely missing this, or I haven't went to where I gotta do it. Okay. Let me look here. Where do I gotta turn this thing on?
It's the town to the southeast.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I just didn't know which silo it was supposed to go in.
Yeah, that's it's a lot of turning to get in there.
Yeah. So I went ahead and put my steering knob back on my steering wheel.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing is I didn't tighten it down.
Oh.
So I'm hoping like with me turning it, it's not just gonna come loose and fall off.
Oh, maybe not.
I've had it happen in one stream before. I was just like, oops. And I just set it over to the side. I didn't even put it back on. But I like having it on because in farming sim, most people's steering wheels don't have force feedback.
Yeah.
Well, I have a program running in the background that gives me full force feedback. It reads data from the game, from the field info, and it pretty much, in a weird way of putting it, it pretty much sits there and will it'll shake the steering wheel side to side and things like that to make it feel like it's force feedback, but it's not really true force feedback.
See, I have a easier solution than that, and I figured it out by accident. Because all the driving and stuff I do in this game is with my wheel, except for like certain machines. Like a skid steer is a pain to try and use the steering wheel with. So I'll turn my Xbox controller on, and when I turn the controller on, I get force feedback. At least like after a certain rotation angle. So it's definitely a lot nicer.
I'm gonna try that real quick because it won't mess up the app. So you just like turn your steering wheel.
Well, it's like after probably 20 to 30 degrees of rotation, you'll feel it, and then
Yeah, mine doesn't do it. Because I have the Xbox controller connected to the PC as well as the steering wheel. I have the $150 heavy equipment control panel.
Oh yeah. Of course, I do mine with the Logitech wheel, so that could be it.
Well, that's what I use. I have a Logitech steering wheel for the Xbox. And it works on Xbox and PC. So, like I have the Logitech G920, then I have a Fanatec wheel as well, but I don't use the Fanatec one for Farmington. I barely even use the Fanatec one because I don't have a proper mount for it, and the mount that I currently have for it is like self-made, so it's not very stable. Like when I go to turn, if I go to turn too aggressively or I turn too hard with the steering wheel, or if I have the feedback on it up too much, it can literally pull it off the desk just by me holding onto the steering wheel. So yeah, I need a mount that I can mount it to a stand. Like I need a stand or something I can mount it to.
Yeah. Of course, you saw the one that I built for myself, but when you said your little cheater knob fell off one time when you were streaming, I was playing iRacing, And of course, you know, I got the 18-speed shifter that just kind of slides over the shift handle. But I've still got the regular Logitech knob that a screw holds it in place. So I was doing, I forget what I was doing on iRacing, but I went to full fourth gear and the knob flew off. So I was just kind of like, well, you know, I guess I'm not going to have a knob for the remainder of the race, which was interesting. But
I've never had my knob come off, but I've had it like become loose. And then
I forgot to put the screw back in it, so it was just kind of
well,
chilling.
Mine has 2 screws for the knob itself, and so it screws in from 2 different sides. Or actually, it screws in 2 different directions. But what am I doing? Okay, so pretty much mine screws in from the front and from the left side of it, and I like mine because one, I can use it for anything, just like any other, you know, shift knob, but it works on any shift knob, so it'll mount to anything. It even has thread holes in it, or threads in it, so you can screw it on if you want. The only bad side is I have, instead of just the high and low range and splitter switches on it, I have a engine brake switch on the top of it, or on the side of the top, that you can just hit with your thumb, and that is actually pretty cool, but it's unrealistic.
Yeah.
But it does help though.
I have the Jake bound on my Logitech wheel to the B button.
Yeah.
Because B is my Jake's, X is cruise control. I forget what A is. And I used to have Y bound to my lights, but I got my switch panel and it's got a button for the lights. So
I like your switch panel a lot more than mine.
Well, I mean, I could have built my own. It wouldn't have been that difficult for me to do, I don't think. But just for the sake of my sanity, I just bought one.
Well, like, I just have a custom built one that I built pretty much. My wife bought the switches, the key fob, the buttons, and everything for it, and it's relatively small compared to the one you have. I would have to say it's like a quarter of the size that yours is, but I have 4 toggle switches, 4 buttons, and believe it or not, I have to, because of the way the little microchip is in it that, you know, controls it. I don't have enough. All right, so the toggle switches, 3 of them are 2-prong.
Yeah.
Which you would want a 3-prong one, because when you switch it up, like when you toggle it on, it's on all the time. Well, because the other ones are 2, like I have 3 that are 2. When I switch it up, it'll turn it on, but the switch turns off as soon as you turn it up. It turns on and then off real quick. So it'll turn whatever I'm using in the game on, but in order to say I want to turn that particular thing off, I have to switch the toggle switch back down and then flip it back in its on position again, and then back down to get it ready to use the neck to turn it on again. So it's like, Up is on, down off, up is off, down off. It's really weird.
It's like my
So
switches. I've got 4 switches that one's for, or two's for drop axles, one's for diff lock, and then one's for my trailer attach. But they're middle resting double throw switches, so it doesn't matter what way I touch them, whether I push them up or down, it's on or off, and it rests in the middle. So it's like I can hit it up for on, I can push it down and it'll turn it off, or I can hit down for on, down again, it's off. Like it's kind of nice, where it's just the only thing you gotta know is what switch does what. And of course, they're labeled on the panel, so they're not bad as long as you bind each button or switch or rolling switch or the knobs to what it says they're for, then it's not that big of a deal.
But like the one switch that's on mine that has a 3 prong on it, that one switch I can flip it up and it's on, then flip it down and it's off.
Yeah.
And then if I flip it back up, it's back on. If I flip it down, it's off. So it actually works like a toggle switch, where the other ones is like you have to flip it up to turn it on, then you have to turn it back down into the off position, and then flip it back up to the on position to turn it off, and then flip it back down. So down does absolutely nothing. So when you flip it down, it does nothing. All it does is just flip it off it sets something inside the switch to where next time you flip it up, it'll toggle it off.
Yeah.
But that's really all it does. I wanted it to go where when I flip it up, it's on. When I flip it down, it's off. And I bought the wrong switches. So.
But I mean, it works well for what it was intended for.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna gripe about it, because to build it, I paid $120 to get just over $100 to get all the parts for it.
And then whatever time you got invested in actually putting it together and wiring it up and everything.
Oh, wiring it up and putting it together took me 5 minutes.
Whereas like my switch was, my panel was, I think, $250. Because they had another one for $300 that had a CB radio, or an actual like push-to-talk radio, so I didn't have to use my keyboard. But
yeah, the control panel that's in mine, like the actual little board that's in it that runs it, yeah, it's a little bitty board. You can only have, technically speaking, you can have 10 or 12 things going on with it, but because my key fob requires two power wires, I have to use 2 of these slots for that, and one of my toggle switches require 2 power slots. So that right there limits what I can do with it.
Yeah.
And I was wanting to make it bigger, but where I wanted to mount it, it wouldn't fit. So I had to, make it smaller. So I didn't actually know fully everything I needed to make it the size I wanted, to make it like a professional one. But I'm not going to argue with it, because, hey, it was $120 versus $300 piece of equipment, and it worked just fine.
Yeah.
Never once had a problem out of it.
Field 88 is completely planted now.
All right. What'd you put in it?
Wheat.
All right.
So
right there is food for the chickens.
Yeah, because I mean, I figure if I planted, 2 of them, or all 3 of them in wheat, we'd have, use one field for chicken feed, use one for straw to get hay, and then
Well, if you planted one and wheat, you're still gonna get straw.
Yeah, true.
So
So field does double duty.
yeah,
Of course, wheat is a really high yielding crop anyway.
yeah,
So, I mean, the only things we can plant right now, uh, we can do wheat, which we're in the early wheat. We're mid late barley.
yeah,
Because if we do like wheat and two barley, they'll be ready at the same time. Which barley
yeah,
has an extra month for harvest. So our wheat will be ready probably 1st of June, and then if we do barley, it'd probably be ready closer to July or August.
yeah.
So
But yeah, another thing is me and my wife was wanting to get a green screen um to go behind me
mm-hmm.
so that me and my wife could both be sitting down side by side because I'm not in a gaming chair. I'm sitting on a couch. So I'm actually comfortable. So
Yeah. So do you want all of them planted in wheat, or do you want me to split it up and do one of them wheat, and then do the other two barley, or what do you want?
you can do one just wheat and the other something else.
All
We
right.
just needed a little bit of wheat in case we like whenever we get chickens, pretty much. So, but we also need a silo to store the wheat in.
Which let me look. I'm gonna see. Which we got. We got to clear out some land anyway.
Yeah, which that's probably what I'm gonna do. Um, after I get done with this contract, is come over there, bring the equipment back to the farm, and start clearing out some trees.
Because the cheapest. I mean, there's an $11,000 silo that holds 2 million liters, and then there's one for 8 grand that holds 150,000,
Yeah,
which they're both mods. But there's a medium silo for 30 that holds 15 million, and then there's an extra large silo that holds 50 million.
well, right now I don't think we're gonna need like
That crazy
super
capacity.
like that crazy capacity. I mean, we might be okay with the 2 million liter because if we have multiple crops, uh,
Yeah.
that would help out to store them. And for a good while, we probably aren't gonna have over 2 million of all the crops put together. So
Which, I mean, I don't think that getting anything that big, especially for like our starting place, would be
yeah,
really beneficial. Because I mean, we can go down the road and get plot 93 for 75 grand, a little over, and it's got 3 storage silos.
right.
We just need 3 conveyors, which, you know, I'll take that price versus having to buy those silos and have them put up and everything.
Yeah. So let me tell you this. One of our employees, um, a good friend of mine that I went to school with. I'm not gonna say his name, but very great guy. He um he got a drink from work that they ended up giving him and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, ooh, that looks really good. and he said it tastes really good too. But it's supposed to be like one of those drinks that replaces a meal.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a tea, but it's not tea.
Hmm.
It's called a loaded tea, and it's from this nutritional place
Mm-hmm.
in town. I'm not gonna say its name either for copyright reasons, but bruh, I got a what is it called? I got a strawberry mimosa tea,
Huh.
and my wife got. What'd you get? Strawberry rose. My wife got strawberry rose, and best freaking drink I have ever eaten. I've ever drank, hands down. It has no sugar in it, but it's super sweet,
Hmm.
or at least it's sweet enough. Has absolutely no sugar at all in it.
It's just naturally sweet.
It's just naturally sweet, and everything in it is all natural ingredient. It comes with proteins, vitamins. Um,
Everything a guy
it
could
even
want in a drink.
yeah, it even boosts your immune system.
Oh, cool.
So everything in it's all natural ingredients and stuff, and it's very very good. So me and my wife decided that at least once a week now we're gonna go because they do range up to $10 from $1 to $10 a drink, um, which is on the expensive side, especially at $10 for a drink, for a tea. But it's very much worth it because not only do like I haven't even drank the whole thing. I've only drank probably 2/3 of the drink, or no, 1/3 of the drink, and it gives you energy, but it doesn't give you the crash of like an energy drink.
Mm.
And it it doesn't have caffeine in it, but it does have vitamins and nutrients that give you energy naturally. So it has probiotics, it has immune support, proteins, vitamins and nutrients, um, everything you would necessarily need. Um, and not only that, it gives you like my energy from like 11 o'clock when we got it to now is like I would have to say on a percentage scale is up 80% easily. So I'm not usually, even after a few hours of being awake, I'm still a little tired. Well, me and my wife, because we stayed up so late last night, we slept in all most of the day, all the way up till all the way up till like 10:30, 11 o'clock, and then we went up there and got the drink, got my paycheck and stuff. Man, usually at this point in time during the day, I'm like yawning at work, things like that, or even if I'm at home and I don't have to work, I'm usually yawning, mainly because I'm just physically exhausted from work, even though it's my day off. I'm not tired at all, man. I feel great. Like I literally feel like I can go to the gym and exercise, run around a track, all that kind of stuff. And it's not the fact that I'm like super hyper because of the drink. It's not that. It just feels like my energy has been like naturally been boosted, and I'm awake and alert. So it's a very good feeling. Like I feel really good, where I haven't felt this great in a long time. So that says a lot in itself right there. Because you can even ask my wife. There's times where I'll literally like I'll I won't even work for like 2 3 days, and normally in that 2 3 days, by the second day you've got enough rest to function properly. Well, I would still be tired. I feel great, bro. Like 100% after drinking just a third of the cup that they gave me of it. I feel wonderful, which is crazy. Like my wife usually, like when I go to work at 6 in the morning, and I don't have to be there till 7. But I try to leave about 6:20, and then that way I have enough time to just sit there and relax before work. And I work from 7 to 4 or 5 in the afternoon, depending on what day it is and stuff like that. On top of that, I'm lifting anywhere from 20 to 100 pounds worth of trays that are full of meat products that we sell, and putting them in a cooler all day. So just it being like a cold environment, it like zaps the energy right out of me. And yeah, so even on my days off, I'm extremely tired. I feel good just off that. So, and the coolest thing is they don't just serve like teas. They serve like milkshakes and protein shakes and things like that there, which is really cool. Because I didn't even know that they had something like that in our town, because the town I live in is a very small town compared to most towns around the U.S. Like 99% of the towns around the U.S. is bigger than the town I live in. So, because literally you could blink and you'd miss the whole town. So, and that's no joke. If you slept for 5 minutes, you'd be in the next town.
It's more of a community than it is a town.
Right. And I mean, yeah, we have a grocery store. We have Family Dollar, Dollar General. Used to have a Fred's. We have like two banks, courthouse, sheriff's department. I mean, it has everything to make it a town. But when it comes down to having like a Sonic or bumpers and things, or well, I don't know if most people even know what a bumpers is nowadays. Bumpers is pretty much around before Sonic.
Yeah.
Bumpers is technically what Sonic is today. Just Bumpers has been around a lot longer. A lot longer. And the people that created Sonic pretty much got the idea of Sonic from Bumpers. So it's pretty much the same logo and everything, just not Sonic. Um, so, but the thing is about it is, we have a McDonald's and all that kind of stuff too. It's just a really small, tight knit community, because if something goes on in town, everybody knows about it. That's just like me and my wife got married, even though it was a private marriage. The whole town knew we was getting married, even though we didn't announce it to anybody. We didn't, you know, I think we only told probably one or two people, and one of those people being my boss, and he doesn't even live in the town that I live in. And everybody in the town knew we was getting married. So the thing is for my town to have like a place like that gives you like nutrition drinks and things like that.
That's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, it is. So, because I don't think our town actually has any, how do you put it, legitimate restaurants. I mean, we do have like drive-through Chinese restaurants. Uh, we have like like a snack bar type thing where you can get like hamburgers and stuff, but it's mostly like you walk in or get your order and then you leave type thing. So but actually sitting down at a restaurant in the city limits, we don't have it. So, and if you want to go somewhere and eat with your family, you're pretty much gonna have to go out of town and go somewhere else, because we don't really have any places like that. other than a drive-through bumpers, which you just drive through and you can sit there and eat in the car. So
Drive up, hit the button, order, they bring it to you.
yeah. Now the thing is about bumpers is, you know, a lot of people think Sonic is expensive. Nah, bro. Sonic is cheap. Just it's $6 for a small fry that
Dang.
you can eat in about 30 seconds. So it's expensive to eat there because for me getting I think I got four mozzarella sticks and a drink was $15.
Or it's like Sonic, I can get, you know, a large chocolate milkshake, a large order of mozzarella sticks, extra marinara, and it's like mine will be like $10 or $12.
Yeah. Well, if you get like if you get mozzarella sticks, it doesn't come with marinara at Bumpers. If you can order marinara, and it costs like $2 to get marinara sauce. Like if you order a burger, the only things you're gonna get on that burger is mayonnaise, mustard, some pickles, lettuce, and a tomato, and that costs extra. Like, I mean, it's included in the price, and if you get it just with mayo and mustard, because the only thing it comes with it that's free is mayo and mustard. If you get it just mayo and mustard, then your burger that's $6 would be like $4 and something. So, and the thing is it's not even like their burgers are that good. Because I mean, I've eaten better burgers at um, at Burger King. So, but yeah, it's just, you know, my town's super small, but I'm not gonna complain. I like it. It's, you know, if somebody needs help in the town, everybody helps. So it's not like if you if you have trouble with somebody, dang babe, sorry about that. Pretty much, if you have trouble, like financial trouble or something like that in town, or if you live in our county, everybody's gonna help you. Like there's people that will literally, oh, I almost got hit with a car. There's literally people, like everybody in town will give their shirt off their back just to help you. So that's why I like it. And if you're from out of town and you're not from our county and you come into our county starting trouble, that's something you don't want to do. Straight up. Because you'll have the entire town knocking at your mama doorstep. So, like, straight up. And they don't play. So everybody takes care of everybody and helps everybody. So, which I like. Um, Finding a job in town, all you have to do is be respectful. You want to find a job in the city I live in, all you have to do is be respectful. It doesn't matter if you have a job history or not, really. All you have to do is just walk in, be very respectful. You know, come in, even if you know look like you've been living on the street for a long period of time. It doesn't matter. Just walk in, ask for an application, and be very nice and respectful to people, and they'll give you a job. So, but where I was looking for jobs before I got the current one I'm working at was outside of the city limits because it pays more. Anything outside of the city pays a lot. Um, but if you are within the city limits, you're pretty much going to get paid like $7.25 to $8.25 an hour, and you'll only get one raise of like $1 to $2 over the entire time you work there, which ain't very much, especially with the cost of living and stuff nowadays. It's not very much, because I could literally go work in a different town and make twice as much as what I'm making now easily. So that's the reason why a lot of people from our town go and outsource jobs from other places. So that's like our hospital in the town I live in. They get donations just to keep the hospital up and running, because the hospital doesn't make enough to get upgraded equipment and to like really function. Like, they only have one doctor that's on call, so the hospital doesn't have an actual doctor that sits up there all day. And if that doctor has to come up there, like say there's an emergency, if that doctor's out of town, you'll be lucky if they can do something. So but everybody sits there and does the best they can, so it's really good. And the hospital is actually one of the higher paying jobs in the town, because starting out you get $10 to $12 an hour compared to everywhere else. Another good place to work in our town is Dollar General and Family Dollar, because Family Dollar, you could easily start out making $16 an hour starting out, and Dollar General, you could easily make $12 to $16 an hour starting out. But there's a big but. The managers that work there and the people that do the hiring there, yeah, I hate to say it, I really do, but let's just put it this way, they only hire certain people. That's the way I'm gonna put it. I don't want to, get into it or anything like that, but that's just the way I'm gonna put it. So, because I've filed application after application there, and only to be told, oh, well, we can't hire you, and then them not give me a reason on why they can't hire me, but a person come in 2 minutes after me, fill their application out, and have less requirements for the job than I do, and get the job. So it's just a lot like that. So it's a lot of BS going around like that on certain jobs that pay on the better end of the spectrum,
I got you.
So yeah, that's the reason why my twin brother left the state, because a lot of places, he had so many requirements, he could have literally worked anywhere. And even if he started off at the lower end of the spectrum at that job, just by the requirements he has and the background he has, he could have easily became, worked for in like a corporate, in like one of their corporation offices easily. And because of the type of people that do the hiring there and stuff, they would never hire. So it's a lot of stuff we have to put up with here, because if you walk in and you just, even just saying hi, I hope you've had a nice day, that right there is a big factor in whether you got that job or not. And most of the time, if you just walk in and one employee is in a bad mood over something that you had nothing to do with, you ain't getting that job. Like, straight up, you will not get that job. That's a guarantee. So. So let's see if and haha. I'm getting used to this manual attach stuff. I now know if it's a trailer, you press Q, and if it's a header or something, you press Z. But yeah, other than that, the town I work in is a great town to live in. Just very small.
Which,
wait.
Like me, myself, I prefer kind of the small town vibe.
Yeah. I mean, I live out in the countryside, so I live outside the town. But the town that I grew up in is the town that I live right outside of. So the thing is I love the town. I love the people. So yeah. And where my brother works, though, like my little brother, in the same state, he's just in a different town. Yeah, nah, it's not very safe. Like they had people driving 4-wheelers and stuff through Walmart.
Oh.
Yeah, so like Walmart there, if you let's just put it this way. There were people driving 4-wheelers through Walmart. There was a person that literally did a drive-through shopping. All right, and never paid for a thing. Literally drove through with their car and never paid a thing. They just, whatever they passed, they liked, they grabbed, and right out. They literally drove through the whole store like that. And stuff, and the police did nothing. Didn't arrest one person, didn't pull nobody over, just did not care. But I'm like my brother, do that at his work, see what the heck happens. Because the employees where my brother worked, no, he don't care who you are. You come up in there acting a fool, you come up in there doing something you ain't supposed to, oh, he'll take you to town, all right. Very fast. But you also got to understand my brother, like, he don't put up with people, like, he don't put up with BS. But he is a playful person, too. So, like, he'll, like, when he's sitting there with his other employees, they'll be joking around, playing around the whole time. But when stuff needs to get serious, yeah, he gets serious. Because I've seen him sit there and somebody would have a bad car wreck and he would be on the interstate, right? And they'd have a bad car wreck and he would literally get out of it, he would literally pull his vehicle over and go back and help the person, even though he's not obligated to. Which I'm the same way. So,
Yeah, I mean,
but there
if you
are
see something
people
like
that,
and you can either help get personnel there quicker, or there's something that you can do without causing any more harm.
yeah, because what my brother done was he actually pulls his vehicle over on the interstate If he sees you got a flat tire, he'll pull over and help you change it. Like he will actually get out and change it for you to get you back on the road faster. And if you ain't got a spare tire, or your tire is just shredded to where you're not gonna be able to fix it and go, then he will literally tell you to lock your car, uh, hop in his truck. He'll take you and your tire to a mechanic shop, and he will pay for that tire to get fixed for you. And you don't have to ask him to do that or anything. He will literally just help you out of the kindness of his heart. So, but when stuff gets serious, like when he's working at work, he plays around a lot and stuff, jokes around. But when stuff gets serious like that, like he has no problem going out of his way to help people. And I'm the exact same way. I don't like seeing people in distress. I don't like, you know, I don't like that. But I'm also the same way my brother is. As they would say on some games, I'm packing heat. All right, so even if I pull, if I stop and get out of my vehicle, you don't want to start something you ain't gonna be able to finish. In a way of speaking, because like if I feel threatened, or I feel like my life is in danger, oh, you best believe that's just how I am. But it's for my own protection and my family's protection, because if I go somewhere, I have my family with me. I don't never leave town and not have my family with me.
Yeah.
So that's the thing about me. If I go somewhere, and you know, it's only me and my wife that live together, and you know, her kids, her daughter, we don't really talk much about it, but her daughter got adopted by another family, and her son, yeah, he passed. That's all I'm gonna say on that. But yeah, so it's just me and my wife, and you know, if I go somewhere, I'm not gonna leave her at home, because I know she likes, you know, riding around and
You know, being
going and
out and
seeing places.
about.
Yeah. But like when I had to go get my tire change yesterday, um, she said she had a migraine, and I said, well, I'm just gonna be driving, you know, 40 miles an hour for an hour and a half. It's gonna be very boring, you know. And on top of that, I couldn't listen to music because I had my GPS going through my car radio. So, because I did not know how to get over to my brother's work from where I live, but now I do. So, because I would say it's pretty much a straight shot, but you do have to make one, like once you get on the highway, you do only have to make one turn, and that's it. So you'll drive for like 30 miles, then make a right turn, and then drive another like 40 miles, and then you're there. So
Not hard to get to once you know how. But
right, because the only other way I've ever been to that town my brother works in is a completely different route coming out of a different town. So yeah, it was like, I do not want to drive to this other town, which is 40 minutes out of my way to get there. If I can get there in an hour and a half before they close, why would I drive, you know, 2 hours to 2.5 hours, you know? So, but yeah, like my brother, like in 15 minutes, where my brother works, he works at a mechanic shop, bruh, he made $300 in 15 minutes. Crazy. Literally in the time that they all they did was take the spare tire off my car, put it in the trunk, take the rim that I had already set in front of the car, and put a tire on that rim, air it up, balance it, and put it back on the car. Just in that 15 minutes it took for them to do that, he had literally made $300. Yeah, Trevor literally made $300 in 15 minutes, and he said it's like this all day long. It's like He said, roughly I average about $250 every 15 minutes. Every hour I usually make about $1,000. And I was astounded, bro.
It's like one of my friends runs his own mechanic shop, and he was telling me, he's like, man, he's like, if he's just like, if he got a low tire and it's just got like a puncture or something in it, you know, $20, you know, he'll patch it, fix it, you know, whatever. And he's like, could I charge more for it? He's like, absolutely. He said, but you know, you do, you know, 3 or 4 of them a day for every day you're open. He's like, it's not a lot of money, but he's like, it's something. He's like, it's
Well, that's like where my brother works. He works at a place called Gateway. But my brother he's not the master mechanic. He is not. He's just a regular mechanic that works on everything. Like he does absolutely everything, and he can get 6 jobs done that are the exact jobs that the master mechanic does in like 1/10 of the time that it takes the master mechanic to get it done. And I have actually sat there and watched my brother do it. And the master mechanic would be doing the same thing, and the master mechanic would mess up. He'd get completely done putting your car back together, and he would be done messed up on something and have to go back and redo all of it. So, where my brother, on the other hand, he never messes up in what he does. If he sees that something is going to cause an issue, he immediately stops doing what he's doing and goes and tells the like his boss in the front, and then he'll go and talk to the customer himself. Oil all over his shirt, literally looking like this man ain't had a day off in 20 years, and he he makes sure he brings it up to your attention. Hey, we can fix this, and you won't have any more issues. And then he'll tell you like, it's completely up to you. I'm not gonna tell you, what's gonna happen because it could be an issue, but it could not be. I'm just telling you what I would do, and then he leaves the choice completely up to you. And he's very respectable about it because if you tell him like you just came in there to get this one thing done and that was it, then he'll leave it alone. He just sits there and says, okay, that's completely fine and understandable.
or if you bring it into him and you just tell him, just fix it. It's like,
yeah,
okay.
like if you now the thing is if you tell him just fix it, he'll fix what he sees as wrong, and what is could be problematic. He'll fix it for you, and you won't have any more problems out of it. But the cool fact is, if you sit there and you tell him, fix it how you would fix it how you think it should be done. If you think something should be replaced, whatever, you fix it the way you would. If you tell him something like that, bro, you'll go to get in your car, and I'm just telling you now, you won't even recognize it because it'll drive better, it'll feel better. Uh, the engine will even be tuned up. I mean, absolutely everything. But I'm just gonna tell you now, your price tag gonna be hefty because he will literally look at every problem that car has, and I mean absolutely everything, and he will fix everything. So that's one thing you don't want to tell my brother to do is fix it like he would want it fixed, because he will make sure there is absolutely nothing wrong with your ride when he gets done. But you're gonna have like a $15,000 to $20,000 bill. So
So, of course, we got this field. This field's ready, but I was wanting to figure out where we were gonna put that small silo. So, I mean, it's gonna be a lot of work no matter where we want to put it. But
yeah, I still gotta go get the truck and finish that contract. Um,
yeah,
if you want to go,
I gotta get the
uh,
dually from the other field.
all right, if you want to grab the trucks and bring them back, I'll get started clearing this off.
All right.
if that's fine with you. And then when you get done, and we'll complete that contract. You can come over and help me because we're gonna have to manually cut a lot of this down. So,
Yeah. Of course, I do have a log fork and a stump grinder for that skid steer too.
all
So
right.
that'll be helpful.
Do we have the logging, um, mod or DLC on here?
Uh,
Let's see real quick.
we do.
Yes, we do. All right. So there is something that my wife just brought to my attention that is very cool about it, and that is the spray paint. It's
Mm-hmm.
$100 for a can of spray paint. And you can just use it for
Mark your
whatever.
trees and
Yeah, you
everything.
can
Yeah.
mark. Yeah, you can mark whatever you want to cut. So tell me what color you want it,
Uh,
and will be the one we cut.
you can do red. That's fine.
Red means go for it.
Red is dead.
All right, and then we'll use we'll use green for don't cut it down. Oh yeah, green and red. All right, cut it down.
So I guess we can
Oh
put it.
wait,
We can put them up here. Or is that tree right there needs to go? And then this one can go.
I'm gonna do that to down it, and then for the
That one
green one,
can
I'm
go.
gonna do um. We will do the X for leaving it to leave it. Uh, that I'm just saying, cut it down. See, yeah.
You know, all the times I've used the Platinum DLC, I didn't know you could change the marker.
Oh, you didn't?
Mm-mm.
Out of all the time he used the Platinum DLC, he didn't know you could change the marker. So I'm pretty much gonna go with like this. Anything that's on the side of the fields, keep up. Anything in the center, take it down.
Or, you know, anything, you know, even if it's like we can get a little bit more room to turn around, I'm cool with cutting it.
Yeah.
Alright, everything that's not red, we can mark green.
Alright. I just now noticed this goes way back over there.
Yeah. There's a lot of lumber in here.
Yeah, it is. So I think we got everything on this thing.
Yeah. So, I mean, we cut these down. We can leave some of them, but I think the ones that we've got marked.
Yeah, because it starts. Where does it start?
It starts here.
Alright, so yeah, it starts on this tree right here and goes this direction. So
Which this one over here, I've got marked as well. But
I'm just marking these with green real quick.
so we know that's as far as we're going.
Yeah. Alright. I do know this right here is gonna have to be fixed. Wee! A big ol' hole.
It's the start of a sinkhole, probably.
Whoop.
Have to
And then
have
my new
somebody
hunting equipment over here, you know?
have somebody bring in some dirt.
Yeah. All right.
But if you want to get started on that, I'll get the trucks back here and
Yeah, the moment when you're trying to, crouch, but it's Y on my steering wheel, so that's fine. You cut it down, yeah. Yeah, I just now noticed it's not that loud in my stream. Or when I'm using the chainsaw. Yeah, hang on a second. I'm actually gonna make it a little bit louder. There we go. Yeah, it really didn't change anything, so. Ooh, don't you know these is gonna be hectic, bruh? Because these trees are not what you normally cut down. What the?
all right. Contract collected.
I think I'm stuck. Ah, never mind. Hmm. So this is actually up in the tree there. So we got a lot of trees to take down. This is gonna take forever.
Yeah.
Like no joke. I was honestly thinking if we had, there is a mod where you can cut trees down and then you can just add the, like necessarily, you could add money to it to simulate it, but because this is going to take forever, especially loading it. Which I don't even think these trees are even, like you can even load these up,
You
even with that
can.
mod trailer. I mean, I'm talking about like with the mod trailer where it loads the tree into the actual trailer for you. So
I don't know. I know one thing's for sure, my truck needs a bath.
I believe all our equipment does. All right. Let me go over here and get the skid steer. All right, give me 1 second. Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm gonna check something. All right. Okay. I'm currently trying to figure out why I can't open the. Oh, wait a minute.
You got to connect the hoses, didn't you?
Yeah, I forgot to put it because. I didn't see that. Don't know what you're talking about. There we go. There. Oop. Here I go running into the house.
I've done that probably a dozen times.
I don't think there's any way I'm gonna be able to do this and like first person. What happened? No. Oh, nope. Dang it. There we go. Oh yeah, there we go. Haha. Got it. Oh, I ran over the stop. Oh. Login number 1. We're gonna try. Y'all snap.
It's a good thing I had the extra weight put on the back of that thing.
For real. Like, this is actually one of those jobs that we probably should have pre-recorded.
Yeah, maybe.
Because this is gonna take a while. Or maybe I'm just doing this in the wrong way. You never know, I could be. As you can tell, I don't do much vlogging. Yeah. Oh, I think it's gonna fall out. Oh, please get it to the truck fast enough. Ah. There's a reason they don't let me drive a skid steer in real life. Because I'd probably be too good at it. See? Yep. Yeah, I thought I was going somewhere else with that, didn't you?
I'd say you want to see somebody that's too good at it, let me on it.
Oh, there you go. Let's see this. Get it. Oh, this gonna be funny. Oh, he got 2 at 1. He done beat me. Oh, I'm out. Oh, it's not. Maybe that one needs to be trimmed. I don't know.
It's possible. Yeah, lop that one off even with the other one.
Yeah. You good? And he ran into the stump like I did. Let's see here. Yeah, as y'all can tell, we get a lot of mods. It's 100 and something mods altogether. I want to say it's... Oh, we do have a small wood trailer as well. Now, I'm gonna let everybody know that's currently watching and that watches in the future. All these mods, as we progress throughout the survival series, these mods are subject to change. So you may see mods come, you may see mods go. So once we get up to where we're using modern day equipment, stuff like that, a lot of the older style mods probably will be removed from the server and removed from our videos. So because we're trying to show a progression from going from old equipment to newer equipment. I just now thought about something. So if we had the, if we had the mod where you have super strength, I could just lift the log and put it in the truck.
Very true. It probably wouldn't have hurt if we cut the grass before we did this.
Well, I mean, I can remove the grass. That's no problem.
That may make life a little easier.
What kind of are you wanting it to be gravel through here?
Why not?
Or you wanting? All right. You want to say? That moment where the trees are in the way. You can't see. It's a gravel. What the? There we go. Hee hee hee. That makes life a little easier.
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm gonna have to fix it where I put. Yeah. So I'm not gonna go too far over toward the edge. But I am gonna try to adjust it so I can see what I'm doing here because of all the trees. So for now, all the trees that we are cutting, I'm simply gonna put gravel around them so we can see. So that is, that's, oh, there we go. Alright, so I think that's all the trees. Oh, that is weird looking. Where the trees are glitching into my camera. It was weird looking. Alright. That's a little better. Yeah, there's a mod that's a vehicle you drive around, and my wife calls it the tree devourer.
Oh yeah.
Like you just drive up to it and it makes the tree disappear. The whole tree just disappears. There is a mod where you don't even have to cut the trees down. You can literally just add the attachment onto the front of a tractor, drive up to it as long as you have a trailer. It will fill the trailer up with what is it? No, it's where you when you grind up the trees.
Oh yeah.
Like you just drive up to it and it does it for you. Like a wood chipper type thing. Which I don't know. Wait, do we have it on here? I want to think I might have been looking at it, but I didn't put it on here. If you will, give me 1 second. I'll be right back in the game session. Alright, I'm gonna go to a slight break real quick, guys, and then we'll be right back.
I think I'm gonna take a break for a little while too.
I'm just putting my I just put my stream to a be right back screen. Alright, I'll be back in the session in just a second.
Alright.
Or hang on, before I do that, I'm gonna save the session. Alright. Because I'm probably going to add a mod to the session real quick. That'll help us out in this a lot. Because we won't have to be picking up logs.
Oh, there's no place to sell wood either.
I can get a place for that. Give me 1 second.
So I think here in a minute I'm gonna eat and take a little break and get back at it.
Alright. How long have we been streaming, babe? 2 hours. Been streaming for 2 hours.